Marcus had been working at the law firm for 8 years. When everything changed, his wife Sarah passed away, suddenly leaving him alone with their 6-year-old daughter Emma. The grief was overwhelming, but Emma needed him, so Marcus pushed forward. He worked hard, kept his head down, and tried to be both mother and father to his little girl. His boss Victoria was different from anyone he had ever known. She was elegant in her early 40s with kind eyes that seemed to see right through people after Sarah's death. Victoria quietly made sure Marcus could leave early for school pickups. She never made him feel like he was asking for special treatment. One morning, Marcus arrived at work with coffee stains on his shirt. Emma had spilled juice at breakfast and he barely had time to change. Victoria saw him in the hallway and without a word handed him a spare shirt she kept in her office. "Keep it," she said softly, before walking away. Marcus thought it was just kindness. Nothing more. Weeks turned into months, and Victoria continued her small gestures. She remembered Emma's birthday and left a gift on his desk. She asked about his daughter's school play and seemed genuinely interested when Marcus worked late. She would order dinner and make sure he ate something. His coworkers started to notice. "You know, she likes you, right?" His colleague James said one afternoon. Marcus shook his head confused. "Victoria is just being nice because of what happened with Sarah." James laughed. "Man, you are completely blind." But Marcus could not see it. He was so focused on being a good father that he missed every sign. The way Victoria smiled when he entered the room, how she found excuses to stop by his office, the concern in her voice when he looked tired one evening. Marcus was working late on a difficult case. Victoria knocked on his door holding 2 cups of tea. "You have been staring at that computer for hours," she said. They talked for a while about work, then about life. Victoria shared stories about her own struggles. She had been married once, but it ended years ago. "I learned that life is too short to not say what you feel," she said, looking directly at him. Marcus felt something stir inside him but pushed it away. He was not ready. He told himself Sarah had only been gone a year. How could he even think about someone else? The next morning, Victoria seemed distant. She barely spoke to him during their team meeting. Marcus felt confused but assumed she was just busy. Days passed and the distance grew. Victoria stopped her small gestures of kindness. No more coffee on his desk. No more questions about Emma. Marcus felt the loss more than he expected. He realized he had grown used to her presence, her warmth. Then, one Friday afternoon, Victoria called him into her office. Her face was serious, almost angry. "Close the door," she said. Marcus felt his heart racing. Had he done something wrong? Victoria stood up and walked around her desk. "Marcus, I have tried to be patient," she began. Her voice was shaking. "I have given you time. I have been understanding about everything you have been through." Marcus opened his mouth to speak, but she held up her hand. "Let me finish." She took a deep breath. "But I cannot keep working like this, pretending I do not care about you more than I should." Marcus stared at her. "I have been giving you every sign, every opportunity to see that I care about you." Her eyes were filled with emotion. "But you are so buried in your grief and your responsibilities that you cannot see what is right in front of you." "Victoria," Marcus started. "You are fired, Marcus." The words hung in the air like thunder. Marcus felt his world spinning. "What you are fired from, being blind, from missing every moment, from not letting yourself live again." Victoria's voice broke. "Sarah would not want you to stop living, Marcus. She would want you to be happy." Tears were streaming down her face. "Now I know I am your boss and this is completely inappropriate, but I have fallen in love with you and I cannot keep pretending Not." Marcus stood frozen. All the months of kindness, the gestures, the looks, everything suddenly made sense. "You think I brought you coffee because I do it for everyone," Victoria continued. "You think I asked about Emma because I was being polite." She wiped her eyes. "I did those things because I care about you both, because I see what an amazing father you are, because when I am around you I feel alive." Marcus felt his own tears coming. "I thought I was betraying Sarah," he whispered, "by feeling something for you, by wanting to move forward." Victoria stepped closer. "Sarah loved you, Marcus, and love does not want the person left behind to suffer forever. I have been so scared. Marcus admitted, scared that if I let myself feel again, I would lose it all over again. Victoria reached out and took his hand. Life does not come with guarantees, Marcus, but choosing to be alone, out of fear, is not really living. Marcus looked at this woman who had shown him such patience and kindness, who had seen him at his worst and never turned away. I do not want to be fired, he said softly. A small smile appeared on Victoria's face. Then maybe you should open your eyes. Marcus pulled her close. I see you, Victoria. I finally see you. They stood there holding each other as years of loneliness began to fade. Emma talks about you all the time. Marcus said. She asks why Miss Victoria does not come by anymore. Victoria laughed through her tears. Maybe I should visit sometime. I would like that, Marcus said. We both would, as they pulled apart. Victoria wiped her eyes. So, you are not actually fired. You know, Marcus grinned. I figured that out good because you are my best attorney and you are my best boss. Victoria raised an eyebrow. Just your boss. Marcus shook his head. No, not just my boss, not anymore. They agreed to take things slowly for Emma's sake and for their own. But that evening when Marcus picked up Emma from school, he felt lighter than he had in months. Daddy, you are smiling. Emma said. I am, sweetheart. Are you happy? Marcus thought about Victoria, about second chances, about letting go of fear. Yes, Emma. I think I finally am. Sometimes the greatest love stories are not about finding someone new. They are about finding the courage to let yourself be found. And sometimes it takes getting fired from your own fear to finally start living again. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about life, love, and second chances. Leave a comment telling us about a time when you almost missed something beautiful because you were too afraid to see it. Your story might inspire someone else to open their eyes.